Hello, this is Anthony with Wreck to Recovery. I want to share a little something with you that I learned a few years ago. I was driving down the road in my 18-wheeler, and yeah, by the way, I do wear these almost every day, on my job because loading cars and stuff. So yeah, you're gonna see me in these shirts a lot. I got about 10 of them in my truck. So back to the lesson. I was driving a few years ago in my truck, and truck drivers oftentimes will flash each other over when one needs to come back over into a lane. We'll tend to flash our lights, and that way they know they can come over, they cleared us. So a lot of guys, they'll come back over and then they'll flash their lights back just to say thank you. That's what that is. So, by the way, if you're in a car and a truck driver sees you merging in and you don't know if you can get in, and if he flashes his headlights at you and you're up there, it means, hey, come on out. Go ahead and get on out there and go. Okay, and that's not the lesson that I'm going to share, but that is a powerful lesson for all of y'all in cars that aren't familiar with that. So, I was driving down the road years ago, and I flashed this guy over, and he came back over into the lane, and he didn't flash me back, to say thank you. And this is so childish. I'm 50 now, but this is, oh man, a few years ago. And I did, and I've noticed people that will do things like this, that will, when they do something for somebody, they will expect a thank you, and they will get highly upset if you don't thank them. Well, I kind of did that, or I did do that. I didn't kind of do that. I did do that. I was sitting there thinking, yeah, you're welcome, and I was thinking about, like, I almost got on the CB and said, hey, you're welcome, man. Just, I don't know why. I do not know why, because I was, I was broken, bent, felt inadequate, as, I just felt like, man, he should, didn't even have to flash you over, all those silly things. And I noticed it even in people that will hold the door open for somebody. If they don't get a thanks, oh my gosh, they will get upset. But so anyways, after this guy didn't flash me back and I was getting upset, what happened was I was just sitting there and I started praying, and I realized I think the Holy Spirit just told me, now, Anthony, why did you flash that driver over? Did you flash him to get thanks? Or did you flash him to be nice, and because that's who you are? Because you're considerate to other drivers? Or was it, like I said before, was it to get a thanks from him? And I thought, oh, no, it wasn't to get a thanks. It was simply to be considerate as a driver to my fellow drivers. Well, then why do I got to get all bent out of shape if somebody doesn't say thank you back? Who cares? I'm not even gonna, pretty soon he done passed me. Pretty soon he's gonna be out of sight. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with him, nor do I need to. So why should I get bent out of shape over him not saying thank you? So it changed me. It changed me to realize, you know what? Some people are thinking of their own thing. They might be in the head. They might be having issues. They might have a wife in surgery. They might have just lost a relative, and the last thing that's on their mind is, they're just not even thinking about you or saying thanks or anything. Nor do they have to, If you do something nice for somebody, like hold the door open, and they don't say thanks, oh well, get over it. That's what I do. That's what I do, is I just say, oh well, no big deal. I held the door open because of me. It's who I am. I didn't hold the door open to get anything from that person, I'm not even going to see them again. You know? And so who cares if they don't say thanks to me when I hold the door open? Who cares if they don't say thanks when I flash them over? Who cares? You know? You know what? The only thing that's going to change is if I sit there and dwell on it and just get all mad and let it become a little bitter pill in my stomach. You know, that sounds like a Alanis Morissette album. But anyways, I am going to get just upset. My stomach and my anxiety, my stomach acid, everything's going to make my day ill. It's going to make my day bad. So no, I choose to have a good day. I choose, you know what? I bless them by opening the door for them. That's good. You know, who cares? They might think later. Who knows? They might think later and say, oh, wow, I didn't even tell that guy thank you. You know? He was handsome, too. Wow. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this little lesson here. You know, if somebody doesn't thank you, just take it on the chin. You're going to be better, you know? And as my buddy and one of my mentors and sponsors says, let it go so that you can grow.